I like the picture behind you. Is this one of your family Easter pictures or?
Well, it's a
Okay.
picture of
Chuck
Sister
found that.
Mary and her family, for both
Okay,
her siblings and her parents. And I didn't think I had one, and then I found it.
that's
And
very
so,
nice.
I have a complete picture. Now it's not a great picture,
Hmm.
because it was scanned, 14 years ago, and I wasn't thinking, it was part of an album. But the original one probably is still intact. If anybody wants to go to the trouble of fishing it out of the chest, of course it's in there packed with all kinds of other stuff.
Right.
I think it's good that we've got it and Sister recognized the people in there. Why don't you, could I, if it's okay with everybody, since we all can see each other now, can I open the whiteboard? But there's the picture here. Let me just explode. Can you see that whiteboard now?
Yep.
All right. Let me get that out of the way. Sister, you want to describe who all those people are?
To the left is Clement C. Siegfried, my father, and you can see my brother Clem over his left shoulder, and then on in the front there. And then comes my mother, my dear mother. Then William, my brother Bill. And then your mother, Chuck,
Yeah.
and Mildred. And then behind her is Paul Siegfried, who became a priest. And then Margaret and Mary, my sister, my older sister. There's the 6 children and a mother and father. And um, Chuck Charles found found that picture. I'm so glad he did. I don't remember
Yeah.
anything about it, but
Yeah, I've shown the one picture with where it was overexposed in part, and so some people's faces were missing. So this is the only one I've been able to find. I stumbled upon it really, because I save everything to the cloud, and I'm so glad I found it. And everybody looks good in that picture. And we're thinking this might have been around 1936. Of course, Dorothy was born in 1924. And so because she said 1936 because Paul went off to the seminary or West Baden, I guess, in 1936. Is that right?
I think that's right. He left home on September 1st.
So that would make sister about 12 in that picture. Does that make sense?
Does that make sense?
What do you guys think? Does she look 12 in that picture?
Yeah.
Okay. And we don't really know where that picture was taken. The first thought in my mind came, it might have been, it looks like a development. And the first thought that came to my mind is maybe Maslin, Clem's house. Is that a possibility?
I was thinking of his house in Canton. That looks like
Uh,
that's like he had a house in Canton.
okay.
I was thinking, just imagining that it was like a get together before Father Paul went to the, it was Milford novitiate,
Yeah.
and that's what I think. That's when maybe we were giving him a send off party or something. My mother figured that, or Clem could figured that we could all get together there.
Of course, there's no spouses there. Clem would have been married, and maybe Margaret also would have been married by then.
I think so.
Okay, so they're not in the picture, but it's just as well that we have an intact picture of. Oh, I need to point out the person in the front. There's her name's Dottie, right? Her name is Dottie.
That's Dorothy. That's me.
Yeah, I'm poking fun. We found out when we looked at the honeymoon pictures because Dorothy accompanied my mom and dad on their honeymoon. They referred to her. She shows up in all the captions as Dottie. So that's when I figured that all out. Okay, does anybody, this was one item on the agenda, which was, I've been meaning to show this picture for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I keep forgetting. And then I made a mad scramble. I didn't remember where I put it, but I found it luckily about half an hour before this meeting. So
Nice
I wanted to
picture.
get it, I wanted to get it out. And does anybody have any comments on it?
Very
Grandma
nice.
has
Thank you.
dark hair.